when defining myself, I am black.
Now you mentioned that you mentioned, what was it you said, that we have enough, I think it was something about knowledge about, all this. I don't know if I believe, I think there's this gap. I don't want to say gap, this disconnect. There's this broken bridge between, knowledge and things we think we know. I think
sure
we and I think we slowly kind of started talking about this before we started recording, but this idea, like, okay, you go seek out, there's something that comes up. You go seek out this information to make sure that you're equipped adequately in your knowledge in that, whatever that thing is. But then in the same way that, through the political cycle, we go through this idea of fake news and where people are getting this information from bad sources. I think you have some people, if we make a line, we have some people on the north side of this line who go look up information based on very valid sources, less about attaching to the emotional version of ourselves. Look for more factual information and let me determine how I feel about it. Then you got the people who are headliners, read the headline, I respond to the headline without context, but they treat that information as knowledge. I'm not sure if we have it. I'm not sure if we have this knowledge of what we're supposed to have and know when we don't get the information accurately.
Well, see, and that's where it gets interesting. I have a very jaded relationship to that. And oftentimes, I'll throw things out that are outrageous and shocking or seem to be for that very purpose. I often like to see how far people will run. There was a shooting out, I want to say either in North Carolina or Virginia, and a woman who was in the service was involved. And this is right in the thick of the police shootings kind of picking up at the end of the Obama administration. And the headline itself was, if ever there was an opportunity for confirmation bias, here it was, and it was being seized. And admittedly, I reacted that way. And then you read the details and you went, oh no, this is somebody who's committed a crime.
and that's kind of also been hard as well, as like when these things are so hot and it's so the pot is boiling on it, it becomes headline after headline where it's like, shit, I've read this story before, and for me that's why I generally try to reserve even speaking on too many things at once. I try to find a thing I give a fuck about, and that's what I'm talking about. And anything else, I kind of let everyone else deal with that, just because I know I could end up arguing or going back and forth with a person who basically didn't read the full information there, and just responding on this title, and like that one story that does lend credence to their opinion, but has nothing to do with the context of the current story.
Yes, I completely understand, and I absolutely agree. I feel like I'm being a little too particular when I say that there's a specific kind of groupthink or a style that we have, whether it be a national culture or possibly even a religious culture, where consensus or consensus reaction is equivalent to truth. And
I would say Facebook culture.
I wouldn't, because prior to Facebook, there would have been people who would have said, well, most of my friends and family are Christian, so you being of any other faith is absolutely ridiculous and a fairy tale, because we have the solid majority here. You were talking about the dangers, I guess, of attempting to define yourself in the present without too much proof of a very long history, let me say. So that's the part that I'm not so sure we're all prepared for in the moment, because if we cared to get too genetically specific, or if we cared to get too politically specific, what we would do is fragment something. Fragment the thing that we say we love, which is our community. We are the we people. We are the community people. There isn't another group that identifies itself among, or with its peers. I mean, that's we are we. So I don't look for that to break in. To be honest, that's something I love so much. I hope it never does. But we have to be careful in the management of that.